Taught you how to read books, but not the hidden messages behind their lies. Read between the lines.
They say American dreams, but where's my share of the pie? They see 9/11, but I see residential schools. Why did I learn about these things long after high school? They say Columbus, but I see red skin as the true founders of North America.
These Europeans claim to own the land they live in. I'm with that older school time span, like man belongs to the earth does not belong to the man. Drug dealers are your criminals. To me, dividing barren land into sections was a criminal plan.
So forget what they taught you in social studies. Study about the things they ain't telling you, and you will find irony. One thing that I learned about this society is that the educational system systematically paralyzes their logic thought.
They are our worst enemies.
See how the system systems you into forgetting about the poverty in your own country, and you talk about evil dictators in foreign countries,
but we ain't no better.
They're giving us corrupt politicians and asked us to pick for our favorite one. Small elites run the show.
Read between the lines.
They are our dictators.
Pictures of other countries appear crooked, but take a harder look and ours is no straighter. The painters have just drawn an illusion to make it appear greater. Pseudo-news of Arab-style bombings came years before the planes came in later. Your president sold you out, people. It was a no traitor.
Don't be fooled. History does repeat itself. Civilization haven't got any more
civilized.
They just know how to
kill better,
massacre people
more efficiently,
practice ethnic cleansing a little bit more cleaner. All this under democratic government.
Because see, if you believe that you're free, you won't fight for freedom. The hands controlling our political puppets will make sure that you believe them. They have conditioned you to swallow all this information you receive. Digestive system is upset because you don't chew with your teeth. And we inhale fresh, but it's our companies abroad polluting air that they breathe. Pay attention to these messages.
You read the lines too instantly. Stop pointing fingers. Stop judging other countries just because they sin differently. Stop talking about the slums in India. What about the slums and ghettos here in North America? If they can afford wasting money on war, why not spend money on improving the education for their own people?
Read between the lines.
They have sold their soul to the devil and turned their backs on the obligation they have their own people. I don't understand how we can come so far but still be so behind. We have discovered discoveries, but yet we can't seem to discover
humanity.
There are children out there that are dying because of decisions we make over here. So please keep that we're from the land of the free and civilized shit to yourself.
Because see, it's easy to be first world when our luxuries are a product of the second and third, and word, they give a damn what they're doing with the world. Long as they get elected for another 4 years. Another 4 years of raping the entire world, and they have the audacity to be typing books about other countries like they ain't civilized.
Read between the lines.
Otherwise, you'll never realize the amount of ignorance it requires to convince yourself that you know what's best for every country of every culture. Hell, for every creature inhabiting the earth that you did not create. Satellite vultures circling our sanctuaries. There are no temples or places of peace, just sculptures. When you feeling alone, remember someone is watching you. And no, it is not your gods. And no, they do not have your best interest at heart. Just exploitation by any means necessary.
And I cannot just watch my people die just because the general population deemed it permissible to. And I'm not asking for peace because there will be no peace without justice, no justice without freedom, no freedom without the truth, and the truth is always on the side of the oppressed, on the side of the less fortunate. All I'm asking for is let their voices be heard and understand their struggle. One man's 9/11 is another man's 24/7, and one man's blood and sweat is another man's profit. We're too busy focused on the material that we forgot our connections to each other.
We read each other in books deprived of the truth, but forget that we all come from one mother. We all fight for our kins and brothers, but we need to pick a different fight, a place where all the soldiers are the humans that unite for one meaning. The truth doesn't have multiple faces, so our truths must be misleading. So don't bother reading books if you cannot read between the lines.
Thank you.